Hello, so today we are going to be talking about 4 books in Katee Robert's Dark Olympus series. So the 4 that are out are Neon Gods, Electric Idol, Wicked Beauty, and Radiant Sin. But there are 2 more coming out, Seduction and Midnight Ruin. Seduction comes out August 8th of 2023, which is the day before my birthday, so I did not even realize that until now. And the last book is Midnight Ruin, which I did not hear anything about until basically recording this, so I don't know what that's about, but I'm interested to see. So yeah, I thought I'd try to do dark lipstick for this, since the series has very dark themes and just a little cozy, because yeah. So the first book is called Neon Gods, and it follows a sort of romantic storyline of Persephone and Hades, which there are so many retellings of that, oh my god. But anyways, when I wasn't going to read this book actually, this entire series actually, but I was looking at lower Olympus stuff to see if my Walmart had any, because you can do that apparently, see if your local Walmart has what you're looking for before actually going, which I kind of because it saves me a trip personally, I feel like. And anyways, this was sort of recommended as well, so I was thinking maybe, but yeah, so my friends were reading it and they pressured me into reading it, so I read it basically. Anyways, the series is very R-rated just in general, so if you're not 18, don't. You're not missing much. Anyways, in the Neon God storyline, Persephone is basically at a party, and it gets announced that she's getting engaged to Zeus. There was no talk to of that. Demeter never said anything oh yeah, you're getting married to Zeus, by the way. She never said that. I get you have a plan, but at least talk you gotta do so that she knows what's going on. Keep her in the loop. I don't like that. That's sus to me. I don't like that. And I just love how throughout the story, just Hades cares about Persephone. You can tell, he's supposed to be the god of death. You can't make him a villain and then be oh yeah, but he really suddenly just in general cares about this other character though. You can't do that, no. That does things to my heart. I don't like it. And I love how in general very much that's just a factor in pretty much all the storylines, that the male love interests really care about the other female, sort of the female sort of I just love how that's those are written very well. Oh my god. But I'm also I just love how Hades and I just love how Hades is hot, okay? There, I said it. Anyways, but I love how Demeter still in a way cares about her daughters. It's Olympus, it's fucked up, let's admit it. But I love how anytime the girls just go out of anyone, she's just you hurt her, I will kick your ass. And she probably will. And just we know you care about them, we know. But also you need to do it in not a fucked up way. just yeah. But one of my favorite sort of quote from the story is on page 208. It says, where Persephone says, I am where I want to be. I am where I want to be, mother. I am very happy with Hades. And then she just closes the laptop on like the 13. And Hades just goes, you just hung up on the 13. And she goes, fuck him. It's like, she's supposed to be like spring and sometime, but also she's chaos, and I don't know. Like, I love that, but also it scares the hell out of me. Like, I love it, but scares the hell out of me. Also, on page 262, she goes, you're buying 3 dogs, and like, he goes, we're buying 3 dogs. That's probably how Cerebus and all those other dogs came into existence. And I like the time they spent together. Like, it's just so romantic and well written. I love it. Like, oh my god. So on page 348, this kind of broke me. I'm not monster enough to reach out. If I try to cater, I'm no better than he was. I close my eyes, she's free. I have to let her fly. Like, you can tell Hades loves Persephone, but he wants her to be happy, so he just like, It's like, oh my god. So Persephone basically, a war's about to happen, so she tries to prevent it by basically summoning herself to Zeus. But like, Hades finds out and then like basically goes to kick Zeus's ass, and like, this Zeus, like, he's an asshole. I admit it. Like how he talks about Persephone is just no. And like, but Hades doesn't kill Zeus. He somehow made him accidentally like fall out of a window. So, but it's like, it's just a lot. Like, oh my god. Like, and I just love how the meat is like, I'll just clean this up. Someone's got to. Just nonchalant. Like, wow. But like, yeah, you can tell that like within each of the works, like, you can tell like that Hades that Hades really cares about Persephone, and like, and starts to really like care about her family. Like, you can tell, like, oh my god, like, he's supposed to be the god of death and misery. What the hell? Like, oh god, I love this book. Like, oh my god, like I read it, I remember it, but it's still so much, and it's so good. Like, oh my god. So the next book is Electric Idol, which is a story between Eros and Psyche. So the storyline is basically a marriage of safety, because Aphrodite, who is Eros' mom, quote unquote, she's not very motherly, let's be honest. Basically, she sets out like a hit on Psyche because she's mad that she's basically prettier than her and like all of that, like, and that Demeter basically sort of used her to like direct Zeus's attention to Psyche instead of her. So like, she wants like revenge for that, but it's like, oh my god, like, imagine being that attention seeking. Like, oh my god, like, that's mental gymnastics. But yeah, and this like, and when Eros calls like Psyche like his wife, mine, like, it just feels so right. Like, this and like, you can tell throughout the story that they mutually like love each other. You can tell like it's, oh my god. And there's a quote at like sort of the end of the story that's like from Elsa, that's like talking about how he has like a beautiful wife who is everything he ever dreamed of and deserving, and also a loving family that seems ultimately to draw him into like their circle, and that he really is the luckiest son of a bee in Olympus. Which, yeah, he is like, oh my god, like Psyche, Persephone's, and Demeter's family may all be messed up, like I admit it, but like you can tell that they love each other, and it's just in a bizarre way, it's great. So yeah. So book 3 is called Wicked Beauty, and it is and it plays on the theme of polyamory. So yeah, it follows the relationship of Particulus, Helen, and Achilles. I'm just gonna say Achilles because I think that's correct. So anyways, Particulus and Achilles have sort of like not really they sort of have an exclusive relationship, like they're not really public, but like they don't want to be married to anyone else at the same time. So like yeah, I get why they won't want to be public, because Olympus is taboo. It's just hell. Like there's no escaping. Like once something's out there, it never just yeah, it never really dies down. It's always there. Yeah. And throughout the story, they both sort of have feelings for Helen, and Helen has feelings for both of them. So it's just like it's just like it's just I don't know how to describe it, but it's just like really well written. Like, yeah. And just throughout the sort of story, we meet like Helen's sort of like exes. One of them is called Paris, which he's an asshole. Like he blatantly sort of like sexualizes her. Like it's like if someone like I hate it when like someone trusts another person with that sort of intimate like stuff, and like they just take advantage of it. Like that's no, I hate that. Like that pisses me off so much. Like, and especially on a personal level, like I just but like there's just so many good quotes in this book. Like they're explicit and I want to say them, but I just don't. Oh god. But like it's a good book. Oh my god. Like the first four, I enjoyed the first four. I know I'm not going to like enjoy the next one, but I want to read it anyway to see if I prove myself wrong. So yeah. I just want to say this one quote that's actually in Wicked Beauty. There are entire message boards devoted to people who want her to step on them or write fanfic about all of the 13. That's in the book. I just feel like we all got caught out one way or another. Like, oh my. One of my other favorite quotes is Sid. We shouldn't have done this. There he is, Achilles' mamas. Why on schedule? You. Like, I don't know why it's so funny to me. Like, and my other quote is, from Achilles is, I don't have to talk about it with him first. Patroclus will get in the way of doing what he wants. What he wants is like something explicit, but it has to do with a table. And in this particular says that's enough for Achilles, and just sets the mug down, and just that he sets the mug that he's holding down, and just coffee gets on the back of his hand. Like, I just think that's funny. I just think those are funny. Like, I can't. Every time I read those two ones, I just lose my shit every time. Like, but like one of the ending quotes that honestly broke me on the inside was like Helen being like, Achilles, talk to me, and like Achilles hesitates, and he says, you got what you wanted, Helen, get that sad look off your face, and he just doesn't look at her and just looks away and just said away. Like, that's sad. Like, I get it's a tournament, I get the whole point that there has to be a winner, and like this is I get, but like they like each other, and that's just sad, that quote, honestly. But like in the end, after you get like the time that Achilles and Patroclus needed to sort of like mentally process and all that, they do get together in the end, and that just makes me happy because they have good chemistry. All of these couples are so written around that they have good chemistry, and just, oh my god, it's great. But the final book that's out, book 4, is called Radiant Sin, and it's about Cassandra and Apollo. So the basic plot line for this book is that it's sort of a party with one of the enemies from the last book, and just to see like if what he's doing to try to basically take down Olympus, like overthrow Olympus and all that, because like that's what he seems to be doing, and he was basically granted immunity or something in exchange for that information, which I don't think he ever actually gave. So Minos and Hermes are planning to potentially assassinate one or more of the 13 when the city is most vulnerable to outside threat, and it seems that Minos is playing God for sort of said outside threat. And two just great characters died in this, Pan and Atalanta, who Atalanta was in the last book, and she basically like was just very athletic. Like, I'm surprised she didn't like win. Like, she totally seems like the type that would win. And Pan was just a nice sort of like, in all of Olympus he was sort of like a nice character, but in Radiant Sin, Pan gets killed off, and Atlanta just mysteriously basically goes missing. But anyways, throughout this entire book, we see how Cassandra and Apollo like basically have had feelings for each other for like years, and you can tell that like Apollo would do anything to like keep Cassandra happy and just not lose her. Like, you can tell like, oh my god, like he does not care. He's the kind of like Olympus can burn and he does not care. He does not care as long as Cassandra is safe, and just that makes me feel something. But one of my favorite quotes is when they're looking for information, they find one of the Minotaur's like siblings, so son or children such history, and the quote is Adjuntane, sort of like, I'm pronouncing that wrong, such history, her password storage, and a whole lot of files of what appear to be fan fiction. This is rough, and basically Apollo says this is worthless, and I'm just like, hey, my generation does that. Fan fiction's not worthless, they are good ones. But oh my god, like, I can't get over how much they care about each other. Like, it's just but like, this is not in the series as honestly. Like, you should go, if you're over 18, read the series yourself. Like, it's great. Oh my god, like, inappropriate, but it's honestly great. Like, oh my god, like, I can't stop thinking about a lot of this. Like, oh my god. I'm interested how the next book, I'm interested how, like, for Seduction and Midnight Woman are going to be written about, because, like, in Radiant Sin, there was a bit of there's like a chapter or two of Crow Seduction, and I just don't like them together. Like, they don't no. Like, I think it was have suits. Hold on. Like, I don't think Aphrodite and Heptat suits. Like, I don't think they belong together, honestly. Like, I don't like Aphrodite, I'll be honest, but I just think playing them together is not good, and just weird. Like, it's just no. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the first 4 books of Katee Roberts' Dark Olympus series. I'll do another one of these when the other 2 come out, and I'll do another one I'll do a part 2 when the other two come out and I have read them. So yeah, thank you all for watching. This was a very great story. These were great storylines to read, and I honestly enjoyed them. So yeah.